to Winnie's test experience. Today, we're going to make some homemade dog treats for Winnie to try. So, we're gonna get started, but I'm first gonna go over the recipe. So it takes some peanut butter, almond flour, some cinnamon, and just some plain water. So that is the ingredients. I will put the full recipe in the description below, so let's get started. So first you're going to set your oven to 350 while you prepare the ingredients. Okay, so now once you have your oven preheated, you will now begin to mix in the ingredients. We have a half cup here of the almond flour in our bowl, and we're gonna add another cup. So it takes a cup and a half. Maybe. Let's do all of it because there's like only a little bit left. So do a cup and a half of almond flour. And then I have the ingredients right here. I'm gonna do a 4th cup of all natural peanut butter. But while my mom is getting that ready, I'm gonna go ahead and do the ½ tablespoon of cinnamon. Let's see here. Well, we don't have a ½ tablespoon, so let's do a half of this. Eyeball it a little bit. Maybe. Ah! Okay. So we're gonna put that in there. And then we're gonna take the cap from the cinnamon container, and we're actually gonna use that to cut out the cookies. So anything that you have, that if you have a round cookie cutter, then that'll be fine, but we're just using this. And this is a 4th cup of peanut butter. And it looks like, kind of looks like a cookie dough, like that. And then that is a 4th cup of water. And we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. And we're gonna mix, okay?
It smells really good.
It does smell really good. Okay, and then I'll fast forward this. The mixture is kind of like still floury, like not really going together like a dough. So that's what you want it to do, is go into like a dough. So you might have to add some more water. So it's just kind of a game of, yeah.
Because you don't want it to be too, slowly incorporate a little bit more water.
So yeah, last time when we made these, we did have to add a little bit of water here and there just to get that dough mixture. So we're just keeping on.
So just slowly keep adding the water mixture
until
it forms a
dough.
Like a dough ball.
And just making sure the peanut butter, which the peanut butter also helps kind of form it. And this recipe, even though it gives you like sizes and stuff like that, or not sizes, but measurements, then you can kind of do it on your own. Like, if your dog really likes peanut butter, you could probably add a little bit more peanut butter. Do you want to try it? Mixing it. Okay, so we're just keep on adding water. And then while she's doing that, I'm gonna put some flour on our mat that we actually have right below us. And we're gonna put some flour on here, and then we're going to take our roller and just roll it out until it's pretty thin, about, say like ½ inch thick.
We did about a 1/4 of an inch.
Or 1/4 of an inch. It's supposed to be pretty thin. So then you kind of roll it out, and then we will go ahead and start cutting them out. So we'll be right back when we're ready to roll them out. Okay, so I have my flour out, and the rolling pin is covered in flour. It's just kind of like if you've ever made homemade cookies. It's kind of the same drill. And then my mom here has made the cookie dough. You know, it's just...
And it should still be like mold, being able to malleable, but yet you should be able to,
like cookie dough, basically.
like cookie dough, but not sticky.
Yeah, not sticky at all. But we do have a little modification. We added actually probably a ½ cup of water. We don't think a 4th cup of water was enough. So I will put that down in the description, but that is our only thing we changed in the recipe. So we're gonna go ahead and roll this out. Okay, so before we begin, we're gonna go ahead and split it in half, like that. And we're gonna go ahead and kind of form it into a ball, and then over, and it has a lot of flour usually the first time you get it on there, but it'll help whenever you roll the dough out. So we're just gonna begin by rolling it in all directions again until it's a quarter thick. It's about a good size. They do kind of puff up a little bit, so you just want to make sure you're rolling it all out on all edges, making sure it's even.
But there's no baking soda or baking powder in this mix, so you need to put a little bit of flour on it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't,
Rise.
so they won't really rise as much.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's probably good, Hannah.
Yeah. Okay. Oops. So now that that's rolled out, like I said, you can take anything that you have that's round, anything like a soda cap, pretty much anything you have, or if like you do have a cookie cutter, you can even do like a cookie cutter that's like a dog bone, or like anything that's puppy that you want to do. But we just thought this would be a good size for our dogs because we don't want them to be too big of a treat. So we're just going to begin by just repeating this process over. Transfer them onto our cookie sheets that we have here. So I'm actually going to use a spatula to get them up off of the mat. And we're just going to go ahead and place as many as we can get. Like we said, they don't really spread, so you don't have to worry about spacing them far apart from each other like you do with cookies. But we're just going to put them pretty close to the edge and repeat the process. Little treats from the first rollout, we're going to take the extra from that half and roll it out again. So you can reuse the dough, like the pieces that were in between the circles, if that makes sense. So my mom's rolling that out right now. Just trying to get, and if it does get sticky, just apply flour to the top and to your rolling pin, and then that way it won't stick, and just keep rolling it out. And then they will be ready to go into the oven. Okay, so we have this cookie sheet filled up. We have 48 on this sheet with a few left over. So the first half of this cookie dough made about 50. So we're thinking that the whole cookie dough will make about 100 from this recipe. But before we put it in the oven, we're gonna wait for both cookie sheets to be completely filled, because you're supposed to put them in the oven for 30 minutes and 25 minutes, excuse me. And then you're supposed to turn the oven off and let them sit in the heat for 30 more minutes. It lets them kind of crisp up. So we're gonna go ahead and roll out this other half, and then we will put them in the oven. 52, right, on this sheet, and then 48. So it evens out about 100. So we're gonna put this in the oven for 25 minutes at 350, and then we're going to turn the oven off and let them sit in there for 30 minutes. That is it. Okay, so now it is about 7:57. We put them in at 7:30ish, so we're gonna go ahead and turn the oven off. But first, this is kind of what they look like. You can tell they're kind of puffed up a little bit, but they are pretty hard as a rock. So, not as a rock, I should say, but they're hard. So, we're gonna go ahead and turn the oven off and let them sit in there until 8:30, so about another half hour. So that is what they look like, and they smell so good. And it's 8:30, so they are done. I'm gonna take them out and let them cool over here on the stove. Let me grab the other one. Ooh, and they are completely done. So they look a little like crispy like this. Ooh, they're hot. But we're gonna let them cool here, and then we will let Winnie have one and let us know how they are. So once they are all done, we take our little cookie jar here I got from Target. And there's some treats in there already, but we go ahead and put them in there and just store them in here so they stay fresh. So put them in a container that has a lid and everything, but we're gonna go ahead and give Winnie her treat. So can you sit, baby? Sit, paw, paw. Good girl. I think she likes them. Are they good? This is our other dog, Doodle. Sit, Doodle. And he likes it too. They're very good and healthy for you. So if your dog is allergic to peanut butter, of course, don't give them any. We're gonna give Winnie one more. And there she goes. But they are an alternative healthy snack for your dogs and very cheap to make. Thanks for watching.